amazing selection of Invictus.
Right. Hey, everybody. Give us a second. We're talking about Invicta watches. So
they had this great selection of Invictus for deep discounts.
Wait. What are we doing saying, wait, our audience is here. We're being rude. Everybody, sorry about missing last week. I appreciate everybody who was really understanding about it. Those of you that weren't, I don't know what to say that would be polite.
We've been receiving middle finger emojis on that account all day.
Right?
No. We are sorry.
And one of them was for my mom because she wanted to see me. So it's the only way she sees me sometimes.
The good news is this week I'm here to give away a lot more Nick stuff. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Say what? So we are here. I don't know if anybody is watching just yet.
This is why we ask everyone to not only, before we start, not only like, subscribe, and share, which really helps us out a lot, hit the notification bell, please, because this way you'll kind of get like a little heads up, like, you know, hey, John's on TV selling Nick's art at embarrassingly low prices.
Yeah, and I don't see Ronald in the house. I feel like we may have lost him.
Ronald, what? Let me text him right now.
Yeah, right? All right, everybody. So this is Friday. Hope everybody had a great holiday weekend for Halloween. Thank you. I was about to say Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Halloween is Oktoberfest to some of us. We've got a pretty exciting show. We've got some new art that we've never had before.
Yeah, we have artists that we have not had, work from artists we have not had on the show before, which is very cool.
It is very cool. And some of my favorite artists were doing one thing that's a little different as well. So it's an exciting show. It is. If anybody wants to show us that they're here, please feel free. Otherwise, it's the Nick and John show.
We're just talking about art.
So art, and maybe we lost them talking about the Invicta watches.
We weren't doing it that long.
Right?
Plus, everybody loves these, man. They're like one of the best-selling watches in the world.
Are they? You know, John has a lot of money because his collection of watches is bigger than most people's collection of comics.
I don't know about that, but I think Rex worked it out. I could wear a different watch for like 7 weeks or 8 weeks every day before I'd actually have a duplicate. He did the math one day. If you watch me on Monday, Wednesday, Rex is like the math guy, the smart guy.
Jeff Wedding, great to see you. David, great to see you as well. So we've got an exciting show. We have Daredevil 600 remarks with Elektra as Daredevil. We have a Action 1000 remark by Ken Hazer. Let me move that up closer. We also decided to bring a Angel. What issue number was this? After the Fall number 4. We were able to work with IDW to create these DF exclusive covers with art by John Romita, limited edition, and these have a remark by Ken Hazer, hand drawn. Then we have
Senior or Junior?
The art is by Senior. The remark is by Ken Hazer, Senior, Junior. The third with all of the above. We have a beautiful Bob Hall, Joe Sinnott Avengers 251 page, John Byrne FF 233 page. We have a starter set or a premium set, not even a starter set, something we've never had before. Giant size Avengers, quite possibly on so many levels, my favorite page tonight. So Omega TGIF, buddy. I just wanted to show this is not for sale, but as a reminder for those of you who saw the CAF update last night, and for those who didn't, I'll let you know, we're doing an Indiegogo launching a week from Tuesday with Bill Cox, and we're creating an exclusive cover for him, with him, I should say. We have Harley Quinn Power Girl by Stephen Rue. I think that's how you pronounce his name. We have Cable Wolverine by Stephen Platt and Matt Banning. You know, instead of me showing it, though, you know, I should let the team do their job instead of like doing this myself. Now, this is Champions number 3, and it's Bob Hall, and Frank Giacoia.
Nice.
It's just really, really beautiful. A great mix.
That was like the first book I remember where it wasn't set in New York. Like, I remember the big thing was the champions were like in Los Angeles. And from that era of like the 70s, Marvel fans had only seen stuff in New York and like outer space.
And you had 2 of the X-Men.
And they had 2 of the X-Men. It was like, I remember you would read this book, it was trippy.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't what you were used to. Kind of back then, now everybody, you know, you've got characters of back and forth or whatever. But back then, this is like the 70s. Everybody kind of stayed in their lane.
Yeah.
You know, occasionally you'd see like, you know, Spider-Man and X-Men book, but for the most part, you know, everybody was in their own book. You had the X-Men, you had Hercules, who had generally appeared, I think, in Thor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ghost Rider, who was a solo.
Yeah, no, you had the disparate characters that didn't have their own books. I think Black Widow was a part of it.
Black Widow was sort of like in charge, I guess.
Yeah, so
it was
and I think that was when the X-Men were in the reprint issues, right?
I'm pretty sure that was it. Back then, you were sort of getting.
Yeah, so they knew that people didn't want Cyclops. Nobody wants Cyclops,
and before you
except for the White Queen, Miss Marvel. Not Miss Marvel, Marvel Girl.
Oh, well, I'm not even that sure she was.
Jean Grey. And we'll leave it at that. Anybody else who wants Cyclops, that's between him and them.
And I'll tell you real quick right now before we get started, if you think we bag on Cyclops and we're like the only ones, go find Gail Simone on Twitter. It takes you 4 or 5 clicks to find her daily tirade against how horrible Cyclops is as a character. And it's not just
real quick. Omega Comics, Stevie B, thanks for coming as well. Jordan Malahu, do I say it right? I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. I'm sorry. Mahalo. Thank you. See, Amy is here to keep us in line. Today she brought in a 9mm apparently.
Nice.
She really did not want to deal with any of my stress. So she said, Nick, you give me stress, I'll take your stress away.
Boy.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, I thought South Philly was bad growing up. Neil, good to see you. Will, thanks for being here. Bronze is gold. Everyone, please, if you would not mind, hit that thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, hit hearts. And if you wouldn't mind, on Facebook and Twitter, and share. Please hit the share button because sharing is caring. Let's help grow the experience. Allow us to bring you more great shows that we can enjoy. And let's have some fun. The experience is saying thanks, Amy. Oh my God, they love you over there. Is Will from Will's Comic Art? He is, Neil. That is Will from Will's Comic Art. So, all right, let's get the ball rolling. We're going to do the blockbuster. We have a couple of blockbusters tonight, okay? We're going to start with the Daredevil 600 Ken Hazer remarks. I'm hoping that this brings Ronald out of lurking, I think Ronald's favorite thing to tell his wife.
Thank you, Neil.
What'd he say?
He said I rock.
Yeah, you do. I agree. She does. That's why we decided to keep her when she came in as a temp, and we were like, all right, you can stay. I'm in real trouble now.
Temp.
Good thing nobody's recording this, right? So we've got Daredevil 600. Chip Zdarsky is one of my favorite writers. Now, this was a Charles Soule anniversary issue, and it's fantastic. You will enjoy it if you get this and read this. But Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil has been out of this world. He brought back Kingpin, Typhoid Mary, just made her really rock. Elektra became Daredevil. We have these Daredevil 600 covers with remarks by Ken Hazer, and they are some of my favorite remarks. All 4 are different, or full or original art. You can pick the one you want. These are $89.99 each. Normally, we would do 5-star for $50, but tonight we will do them at $40 each. The one thing I want to impress upon you is when you pick up one of these, if you do, to read, well, you're obviously, if you're here, you're buying it for the art. But one thing to keep in mind is that our DF certificates of authenticity, you can actually open this with sports collectibles, music collectibles, music memorabilia, TV movie collectibles, autographed memorabilia. They do not want you to open it. When they seal it so that it cannot be opened or tampered with. We actually spend the extra money for our holofoil seals so that you can open up the comic and read it. Because I got to tell you, this is a great one. Legacy, Mayor Fisk. You had Charles Soule, Christos Gage, Ron Garney, Mike Perkins. So many great creators on this. It's a great read. You've got everyone in this issue from Echo and Misty Knight, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. This was just a free-for-all. It's just a great, great book. So I know I'm not talking about the art as much, but I just wanted to impress upon you, if you're like Ronald, who doesn't read the comics and only buys the art, seriously, or if you haven't picked up Daredevil, Mayor Fisk, this is a great issue. It leads to Chip Zdarsky's great run. But, you know, even if you buy it just for the art, it is great. And if you have any questions, as Will said, please reach out. Ronald, you're alive.
Proof of life. Isn't that what Rex always says?
Rex can finally feel safe. He's been waiting to see if you're alive before he left. He got
life alert thing around his neck.
And normally, now keep in mind, we're doing this for 40 in honor of the Golden Age Daredevil, who first appeared in 1940. Because otherwise, this would be 64.
Sir, don't you mean Death-Defying Devil?
Well, the Death-Defying Devil is when he got upgraded.
Oh, okay.
So originally, he was the Golden Age Daredevil. You ever notice the similarities of the Golden Age? Why are you going to call me out, Ronald? Because we love you.
You were late.
We love you. The Golden Age Daredevil. First 6 issues, he had one costume and he couldn't speak.
Yeah.
Silver Age Daredevil. First 6 issues, he had only one costume. And then they both switched on issue 7. I mean, that I am almost positive that's a coincidence, but I can't say. Ronald, these are $40 each. We're doing this in honor of 1940. So
if you follow Ken Hazer on Instagram, Ken likes to kind of talk about these. He'll talk about this set. Of course, I sent an email to Rex's spam folder about the Doctor Strange set because he's been talking about that this week. And a couple of people asked me on Twitter, absolutely, if I can, nudge someone awake over at the warehouse, if we can find these, we'll put them on the show.
Yeah.
He did because they just had a new Doctor Strange preview that came out. So Ken had said, "Hey, I did these a while back," and he kind of showed people whatever. Almost immediately, I grabbed my phone, I texted Rex.
Real quick, Ronald, you don't have this. This is Angel After the Fall, number 4, John Romita cover, sketch by Ken Hazer. While this is normally $89.99, we're going to do this for $19.92, the year Dynamic Forces first began. We will call this the Ronald David Special. So $89.99 normally, $19.92 tonight. Let's talk a little bit about some of the more classic art that we have. Or, let's talk about, we have never had Stephen, Roux's art. I think it's Roux, it's French. Let me take it out of the plastic. I am so dumb. It's like, hey, don't worry about the glare. Nick's an idiot. So we have the art by Stephen Roux. This is Power Girl and Harley Quinn. This is normally, I had this at $600, but for tonight's show, we're going to do this for $3.99. Wow. It's a really cool page. It's from, let's see, I'm just trying to remember. I can't remember the year when this came out. I think this might have been 2017. It's part of the Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner series. So this is a beautiful piece of art. I don't know if the producers actually have the art. If you do, let us know. If not, just showing it right here. And let us know if you have any questions, For those of you who came a little later, like Ronald. Love you, Ronald. I actually do love Ronald. He sends me a text every few days with jokes. I've tried to tell them on the air, but I suck at it. So I'm not trying anymore. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button, Again, if you're on Facebook or Twitter, hit hearts if you wouldn't mind, and hit the share button. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. It would really be appreciated. So this is a beautiful piece. Neil said Ken did a great job on those Daredevil sketch covers.
Yeah,
we agree, man. We agree. All right. So
but this is a great example of why a lot of times you'll hear Rex and I talk about how these are like the where you have original art and signed books. You know, these collectibles, they all sort of touch, right?
Yeah.
You've got the same character, Elektra's Daredevil. Essentially, each one is unique, though. If you look at how there's different, you know what I mean? He does them a little bit differently. And we've seen him do that with Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
We've seen him do it with Punchline. He's done it with Thor.
Yeah.
Ken is just, this is his thing. I mean,
it is.
Not to minimize any of his other work, but.
So I'm going to do something we've never done before. I will say right off the bat, this is $100. This is a premium set. And we've offered these in our other shows. We've never offered these in the original art experience shows. And so I wanted to try this, bring something new.
Rex, he's infringing on our gimmick on Wednesday.
That's right. I'm taking away. Rex is like, listen, I know Ronald's here. I can be calm now. He's like, he's gotten really, he was anxious.
He had 9-1 and then one finger over the other one.
So we have here in this set, King in Black, Remark, Null by Ken Hazer. In addition to that, you're going to get, so just to show it up close, you're going to get this Dynamic Forces King in Black. This is signed by Ryan Stegman, limited to only 100 in the world. In addition to that, you're going to get a Detective 1000, signed by Greg Capullo. This is limited to 160 in the world. And this, I believe, is the Silver Signature Series. So this is an $89.99 book. So far you have an $89.99 book. You have a $50 book. You have another $89.99 book. So you're already at $220. And then you have a Spider-Gwen 25 lenticular cover, CGC graded 9.8, another $90 book. So you are getting I think it comes to $320 of comics, limited edition collectibles for $100. So first person to claim it gets it. We wanted to do something different, put together a different kind of premium pack. Let me move it up close more. And this is the entire package. And look, I want to just really quickly say, I want to thank everybody who's tuning in tonight. Really, really appreciate it. You could be doing anything else on a Friday night, or you could be doing anything. The fact that you choose us really means a lot to us. So thank you very much. So this Dynamic Forces premium set, normally almost $320. Tonight, $100 for the entire package.
We talked a little bit about this on Wednesday. This is a great opportunity if you want to start collecting. Maybe you're not sure where you want to go. I mean, there are some people collect everything, but there are people that do slab books. There are people that do signed books. There are people that do remarks or keys or whatever. This is sort of an opportunity for you to get a little bit of everything,
right,
and see what you like. If something in particular, speaks to you, and for $100 at 9-8 books, great, It
is. So I want to probably should go to. We'll do Eros when we get back from the break. Hey Jeff, how are you, sir? So this is FF 233, and Byrne. I think we can all debate who had the best FF run in history. There's arguments to be made that Kirby and Stan Lee had the best run, which I would agree with. They created so many characters that were the foundation of the Marvel Universe. And it's just a fantastic run of 102 issues.
There's a reason why Jack Kirby's been trending on Twitter globally for 2 days now. And of course, it's the Eternals, but the first thing you get to after the Eternals is people will talk about the Fantastic Four. They'll talk about the list of books he's created, and immediately talk turns to when will we get a proper Fantastic Four movie. The Eternals is breaking all kinds of records, and
almost $10 million last night.
It's
so fantastic with such a great movie, a diverse cast, and it just means a lot to a lot of people. First deaf actress or actor in a major role.
The story is very much a Marvel story.
It is.
No spoilers, but big battle at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a $1 zillion special effect budget.
There's a lot of heart in it from the trailer. I haven't seen it yet, but from the trailers, it seems like there's a lot of heart in that movie. And the director, I apologize, I don't remember her name, but she won the Oscar this year.
What? Which out?
Chloe Zhao. I mean, she.
Zhao, like it's kind of with a Z.
Chloe Zhao.
I'm pretty sure.
Just really from what I can tell, pulled the best out of all the actors. And to be honest, when you got to have a lot of faith in Marvel. I mean, Kevin Feige has shown how much he cares, and to a degree, while genius is a strong word, how much of a genius he can be. I mean, he hired Chloe before she won the Oscar. Like, just said, you're the person for this. So we know, we have it in our hearts that it's going to be a great movie.
A lot of indie directors.
There are a lot of indie directors that Amy, you know what? If we're going to talk about the movies, you got to come here because you're the expert.
I'm going to go get some water.
Right?
Well, like you, I haven't seen it yet. I plan to see it tomorrow.
Right.
But
that's her way of saying if you ever let her have a night off, that she can
directors and blowing them up.
Yeah, agreed. And actors. And listen, what? Oh boy, I'm going to start choking.
Quick, Amy, jump in the spot.
Yeah, right.
Are you okay, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hemsworth, when they hired Chris Hemsworth,
right. Nobody knew who he was.
He had they signed him when Star Trek came out. Literally, I remember.
Oh yeah, that was. But still, it's only one thing he was ever in.
He's at the beginning of it.
He was in like for 4 minutes or 7 minutes.
Yes, Kirk's father. It was a great role, but based on that role, they got him for Thor. And it's funny, you see those debates, and we got to get back to selling the art pretty soon. But I want to say hi, Jeff. Hi, West. Hi, Nicholas. Thank you. And Will, thank you. Yeah, everybody hit that like button if you don't mind. Would be appreciated. But going back to this, I mean, there are people debating like, oh, this person would have been a great Iron Man. That person would have been a great Iron Man. It's like, no. Robert Downey Jr. was the perfect Tony Stark. You can't tell me that there's anybody else that could have done as good of a job. And I'll do my whole thing that I did with Rex, where Rex said I brought up Tom Cruise twice in one conversation with a YouTuber. Tom Cruise was supposed to play Iron Man at one point when the movie was at New Line. And Tom would have been a really fine Tony Stark. He plays a different character in Mission Impossible and a different character in Jack Reacher. These are the two things. Rex was like, all right, Nick's got a man crush on Tom Cruise.
You know who would have made a good Tony Stark?
Who?
Was Timothy Dalton. And you know how I know that? Because Alex Ross used him as a model in one of the...
Timothy Dalton's my favorite Bond. He is my all-time favorite Bond.
Pull the plug. I don't want to... Pull the plug. Shut this off.
This is over. This interview's over. All right.
That's great.
Fantastic Four 233. This is a beautiful page. And, we're talking about powerful acting. We're talking about the directors. And we started this off by saying some of the best FF runs.
Yeah.
I do think that, Jonathan Hickman and Steve Epting had a fantastic run, and you also had Art. Yeah, Walt Simonson had a great run, especially those 3 issues with Art Adams. They're 3 of my favorites.
I think that's why people have this kind of push for where's our Fantastic Four movie, right? Because like you just said, from Lee to Kirby, Byrne, you have all these tremendous creators that have done the Fantastic Four over like a 50-year period, and the movies have been...
Yeah, well, look. The technology hadn't caught up yet, even when they came out a few, 15 years ago, and you didn't have. I don't want to say you didn't have the some of the people behind the camera that love it as much as others. I mean, there will always be a balance of who loves what more, but at the same time, the way that the stories from the comics, there's you really need to have the ability to translate something from one medium to the other, especially comics, where the budget for a comic is limited only to the mind of the writer and the artist. I mean, that's why you could have Jack Kirby do all this space stuff, and it was fantastic. So keeping up with that was impossible. But John Byrne, to me, had one of the best runs, and this is one of the most powerful pages. I don't know why I keep putting it up there, but this page...
Please set the beautiful art down, sir.
Where he writes the letter as he's about to go to the gas chamber, and he writes the letter, gives it to the priest, and, I mean, there's a great line. He says to the priest, I know, Father, all prisons are full of innocent men. I seen it in the movies. I know all the lines, only this ain't no movie. You ain't Pat O'Brien, and I ain't Jimmy Cagney. In a minute, they'll walk me down that hall, and I'll die, Father. There ain't no reprieve once you get to dead end. But do me a favor, will you, Father? I almost won't mind dying if you'll promise to deliver that letter for me. And the priest says, I'll do what I can. And then on the last panel, it's to the Human Torch. And the priest doesn't look at it till after it happens. It's one of my favorite pages. And this, I've said this before. I bring some of my own art on the air because I can talk about it really, really passionately and genuinely because it means something to me. And while sometimes it is like tearing the art out of my hands for me to sell it, I enjoy trading more than selling usually. If somebody else gets it who loves it, that makes me real happy. I bought this at CAFCON a year and a half ago from PR Churchill, great guy. So what do I got this at, Amy? All this talking, I forgot how much it is. And Will said, when MCU began, who would have ever imagined Eternals would come to be? And David said, so true. You're right. Okay, so I had this pegged as a $3,000 page. I was going to do it at $27.95, but you know what? Let's just do it at $2,500. If anyone, I paid $2,300 for it a year and a half ago. So if anyone wants it for $2,500, I'll do that tonight. I need to stop putting it up there because it's already up there. I think we're going to break. So when we come back, we'll come back to Avengers with Eros and a few other titles. So everybody, thank you so much for being here and staying here. We love you for it. We really do.
We'll be back.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
the Justice League or do you want to do the Avengers? I think we should do the Avengers.
The Avengers.
Heroes. Yeah. Hey, everybody. All right. So, Heroes is coming. Heroes is coming. We have, I mean, that was, if anything, boy, I am terrible at everything in life. My God. Thank God I got.
No, you're not
people that
make
make
terrible
me
at
look
everything in
good.
life. You know what you're excellent at?
What's that?
Selecting your co-hosts for these shows.
I'm glad I could do something right. Everybody agree?
Putting myself
John's
over,
right.
that's awful.
You know what? At the very least, I've got it where you're not seeing the glare. And now we definitely have it where you're not seeing the glare. So this is Avengers 251. This was a Roger Stern script. And I got to tell you, Roger Stern, to me, Marvel in the 80s was out of this world. I mean, his Amazing Spider-Man with the Hobgoblin and the Rose and his Avengers run where he just brought in so many characters. He worked on Wanda with the kids and the cow nanny.
He did it twice. When you talk about creators that have had like these kind of like standout runs, Roger Stern did it twice. He did it in the 80s. He did it again in the 90s with Superman.
Yeah.
I remember standing in line outside of a bookstore waiting for him to sign a book. And all people were talking about was, oh, wow, almost like this quote-unquote overnight sensation. I'm like, let me be clear. This guy's been doing this for almost 20 years already.
Exactly. And he just worked with great creators. I mean, it's funny. I was talking about this with Joe Ryman today. And he said to me, he literally said, he's like, you know, one of the unsung artists of Marvel is? I said, Ron Frenz. He's like, yeah, how'd you know? I was like, because he literally is one of the biggest unsung artists at Marvel. The guy did Star Wars, did some of the better Star Wars books, right? And he had a great run on Spider-Man, black costume. And in addition to all of that, you know, his Thor was great. You know, he did his Ditko with Spider-Man. He was himself on Star Wars. He did his Kirby on Thor.
I was just gonna say he kind of. It's almost like a little bit like he channels people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But he does it, but he's still himself.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I don't know if maybe take inspiration is the wrong way to put it, but he kind of senses like, all right, here's what people are used to. Like, here's the base character, like Ditko and Spider-Man, right? This is what we're.
I don't know why I keep holding this up. Go ahead, keep going.
You know, he had Ditko, you know, and then what he does is he's like, all right, how would I do this?
Exactly,
so exactly. Very cool. There's a Ron Frenz, and I'm not going to say, I don't know if it's Defenders, but there's this really cool cover, and I think it's Defenders. And each character he does slightly differently. Like it's very much almost like a Steranko Hulk and a Ditko. Hopefully, maybe somebody out there knows the cover I'm talking about. I'm thinking it's like a Defenders annual or giant size or something. But each character sort of has like the distinction of who did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a Ditko Doctor Strange in there because Defenders was always like a little bit of a weird deal anyway, right?
But
they were a non-team.
I was actually going to go somewhere with this. Actually, Bob Hall is actually another person who doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
It's true.
I mean, he had a really nice run on so many books. I believe to me, I think he did that 12-issue. I think he is the artist who did the 12-issue maxi series of Squadron Supreme. And that is one of my favorite all-time maxi
Mark
series.
Grunwald and
Yep, and in the first collection, they actually put his ashes in with the printing.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was kind, that was actually, when you think about it, that's kind of trippy. They would never allow something like that.
No, I've only remembered that happened twice. You had Gene Simmons,
do
like I guess
the blood
in the Kiss comics, and then
I mean, the thing about Bob Hall that's, and we'll talk about this page in a second. It's a shame because I think that the most money Bob and as Howard Chaykin said, you got to make money. Howard Chaykin to me is one of the most critically acclaimed and best creators the industry's ever had. But he was really clear that if he had to count just on comics, he never would have been able to have a real life. He wouldn't have been able to survive. And you look at some of these unsung heroes and you think to yourself like, wow, there's so many great creators. And Bob Hall's one of them. It's weird. I think Shadow Man's where he made the most money with Valiant comics.
Valiant, like in Valiant's first incarnation.
Yeah. So this is Avengers 251. It's a great page. You've got Wanda, you've got the Vision, you've got Eros, Star Fox. We know Star Fox is coming. We know that there's going to be a season 2 WandaVision.
No, there's not.
There's not?
WandaVision was a one-off.
So am I getting mixed? Am I getting mixed up with the Agatha Harkness series?
That's just her.
That's just her.
Harkness.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought Wanda was coming back for that. I guess it wouldn't tell you if she was. Because she's in the Doctor Strange movie.
We also
Yeah,
had
that's true.
Star Fox in the What If animated series.
We just lost so many viewers talking about this. Nick almost makes me feel bad that I didn't grow up reading comics. Almost.
Who said that?
Who said that? Ronald. Who else? Ronald, you better read that Daredevil 600, man. You bought it, you should read it. All right? Read a few comics. If your mom told you that comics are junk food for the mind, she was wrong. Well, maybe. Look at me. Maybe she was right.
My mom would frequently tell me that in between trips to the liquor store for her.
That's a Ronald category joke.
I know. I'm sorry, Ron. I'm fighting you over your gimmick, man.
So, all right. So, at the very least, we have Star Fox. So, although I am looking forward to the Agatha Harkness TV series. That'll be great.
I can't see the actress's name off the top of my head. She's just perfectly cast.
Yeah.
And she's been in a lot of stuff.
I know, but mostly comedies.
Yeah. She sort of has that. You know what? I've seen it before where you get a performer from a particular genre, a musician or whatever. We mentioned Jimmy Cagney a little while ago. People remember from all these stuff roles.
We didn't. The fantastic John Byrne did. We just repeated it.
Jimmy Cagney started as like a song and dance man for like the MGM movies. And then, he's a short little dude. The next thing you know, he's slapping people around and he's a gangster. They just, sometimes people move from one thing to another. And I can't think, if anybody put it in the comments. Catherine Hahn. I mean, you see her and she's kind of like in the sitcom.
Well, look, wasn't she from Saturday Night Live? No? Okay.
Amy, you want to sit
Nick's
here?
mind is a terrible thing. Yeah, do me a favor, Amy. Can you sit here?
Nick is like 0 for 4, man.
Yeah, really. I'm about to say I remember her from What a Woman Wants with Mel Gibson, where she was in the ad agency saying that why she liked taking Advil. Works like a charm. So anyway, going back to this and actually talking about this, 62 Lefty, what's going on, man? Baby moms? Bad Moms. Oh, she was in Bad Moms. Yeah. All right. So Bob Hall, Joe Sinnott, and this is more Sinnott than Hall. I think that you can see that it's heavier Sinnott inks. God, I gotta stop moving it up. So what do I have this one at, Stacy? I actually got to start remembering this stuff. Stacy left. She got tired of us. Stacy. She actually. No, she is there. She's ignoring us because I can't remember anything right.
Well, not only that, but you're calling her Stacy. Her name is Amy.
Nick is leaving the building, guys. Amy will be taking over now
as the new temporary publisher at Dynamite Comics. Let me know what Rex and I have coming up next week.
John actually is pitching me a Daily Green Hornet story. And he says he'll be showing up every day to pitch me ideas. So he told me I have 2 choices. I can either start a Daily Green Hornet strip, or I can talk to him every day about starting a Daily Green Hornet strip.
So the Daily Green Hornet strip will debut in 2022.
Right? So, Amy, now that I got your name right, how much is this again?
One second. We're looking at Avengers 251.
Yes.
We just have the MSRP. You didn't give.
Okay, so what's the MSRP?
It's on the screen.
Oh my God! I really should get fired.
I'm gonna tag in Rex here.
I really should get fired. All right, I've got this. It's got an asking of $19.99. It is a little bit of an aggressive price. if anybody wants it tonight, let's do it at $17.50. All right. So if you'd like this tonight, this is an aggressive price. There's no doubt about it. But by the time Star Fox does show up, like anything else, the pages are just going to shoot up in price. I'll never be able to get another page like it again. If somebody loves it,
we talk about this on Monday and Wednesday a lot. You want to buy ahead of the curve, right?
Right.
It's only going to be more expensive once we kind of get Arrow, Star Fox in a movie or whatever.
Yeah.
All the back issues are going to go up.
All the back issues are going up now. That Avengers with them on the cover is like $35, $40, $50, and the newsstand is higher.
The original art's going to go up. So if you're thinking, if you're looking at it from the collector perspective, act now. Rather than wait until, it's announced. We were telling people that when we first started doing these shows months ago, we were telling people that about the Submariner. If you like the art, if you like the books, get it now.
And here's the thing: if you like Submariner, just using that because he's one of my favorite characters with Daredevil at Marvel. Even if you buy the Submariner books now and he doesn't appear in Black Panther 2 like they're saying, you're still getting great books that you will enjoy, great art that you will enjoy, and you're ahead of the curve regardless because comics and art right now do continue to go up in value.
They're going in one direction. Yeah.
But, to be clear, do not buy any artwork for speculative reasons. Buy it because you'll love it. If you buy art because you'll love it, you'll never be disappointed. If you buy art to flip, no matter how much money you make, you'll always be thinking you could have made more. I've seen it happen so many times. Just buy what you love. It's funny. Ronald, who's in the house, he buys a lot of art because he loves the art. And he doesn't buy for speculation because he never sells it. But, maybe one day he's counting on it. So, $17.50 right now. I want to do a quick reminder because I think we have a bunch of new people here. We're doing something different. This is our blockbuster price package tonight. It's $320 of limited edition books, or 3 limited edition books plus a CGC graded. You're going to get a hand-drawn sketch of King in Black, Null by Ken Hazer. That's an $89.99 book MSRP. You're going to get King in Black #1, Darkness Reigns, which is a silver signature series by Ryan Stegman. That's a $69.99 book. You're also going to get Detective 1000 silver signature series by Greg Capullo. This one's $89.99 because of Greg's name. If I'm misremembering anything, I apologize. This was a last minute add-on. And you're going to get Spider-Gwen 25 from 2017, CGC graded 9.8. And this is really cool. Check out the lenticular cover. CGC graded 9.8. All of this for $100. Like I said, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try something cool, and
we're trying to hit all the price points too, right?
Yeah.
Like we do have something like the last piece we looked at that was $17.50.
Yeah.
And then we've had some stuff here. I mean, literally $40. I mean, that's like the price of lunch in the city is $40. And then we've
not in Ohio, in Philly. But not, I don't know. I just thought I'd throw that out there. How much is spam in Hawaii, Jordan? I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, I would have to imagine. I just wanted to pick up. I wanted to pick up the spam conversation because I'm the only one who hasn't talked about it. Let's see. I have many different collections, and my wife reminds me every day that when I die, she's going to sell everything. So it's actually my wife that's doing all of the speculating. So that's the only reason why he's still alive. She knows that when he dies, she's got.
I'm right there with you. I get this all the time.
Better number.
Where do you have? My wife asks me all the time, do you have Nick's business card or number somewhere? And immediately I push the food that she made for me away. Like, why do you need to talk to Nick? And I know for a fact it's because she's thinking, I'm going to unload like 17 years worth of Dynamite comics. What she doesn't realize is you've already got all of these. So the ask is going to be pretty low.
Well, it's funny because I just bought a collection of comics, and I meant the comment. I was like, "Oh, cool! Some Dynamite books in here." So this is what it's like to buy Dynamite. It was just a really cool collection. So I'm sure people actually want us to get back to the artwork. I'm going to show this. I actually got this from Will Gabrielle, Justice League Generation. I don't have to show it. Let's see. R4Boy5. Hey, man. How are you? Thank you for joining us. Jan DeMatteis, Keith Giffen, Kevin McGuire, the guys, the great creative team who did the Justice League. We got the Wahahaha and the one punch from that will always be remembered. And they even, Kevin McGuire even made Black Canary, that goofy outfit, look kind of cool.
Oh, with the headband?
Yeah, with the headband.
What do you think?
With the workout outfit.
There's a period of time where a bunch of superheroes always had a shoulder exposed, and I blame the movie Flashdance for that.
Well, I got to tell you, when you think about it, there were probably some fans that cried once Black Canary got out of her old costume into that workout gear. I mean, it's all kidding aside. They did a great job. Generation Lost. This is the first cover, the unpublished cover by Kevin McGuire. And this is a great cover. You've got the new Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, Captain Atom. Oh God, what was the Russian?
Rocket Red.
Rocket Red. Thank you. Power Girl and Fire and Ice and Maxwell Lord, and it's just so great. You can see them right there. This is an unpublished cover to issue 13. And what do I have this one at, Amy? Because I can't remember anything. While Amy's looking that up, please hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, hearts. How much?
1,960.
All right, so 1960. So we're doing this for 1960, the year the Justice League first appeared in Brave and the Bold 28. At least I think that's the year. Might have been 61, but I'm pretty sure it was 60. Flash was 56 in Showcase number 4. Green Lantern was 1960. Yeah, Green Lantern was closer, was the end of 56 or early 57. So anyway, Black Canary's Olivia Newton-John era. There you go.
That's exactly what it was.
Bronze hated when they changed the costume.
Well, we went through the headband phase.
Yeah.
We went through the eye patch phase. This is a thing that happens in comics. Like one character gets over and they have a particular, maybe they have a cybernetic limb or a glowing eye or scar, or whatever, and the next thing you know, half the characters.
It's like, you got Green Arrow in the future with Dark Knight Returns with one arm, and then eventually they give Arsenal one arm, and it's like, why? Why do you got to repeat that? There are things where you look at it and you're like, it was good with one character.
Wolverine with an eye patch at one point. It's like, hold on a second, man. Shouldn't it take this alley about an hour to regenerate? That eye patch was on for like a year and a half.
Only Stan did it right. He said, we're going to have a radioactive spider. We're going to have gamma rays. Yep. We're going to have cosmic rays. We're going to have plutonium that blinds somebody.
Everybody knows radiation is the key to superpowers. Everybody knows. In
the Marvel Universe, exactly. Iron Man needed the thing for his heart.
Yep.
So it was all about radiation. Anyway, 1960, Kevin McGuire. It is unpublished, but it is also beautiful. And look, if you wanted this and you couldn't pay for it right now and you wanted to do time payments on any of the art, I have no problem doing time payments, 20% down. You can take up to 60 days. I used to do 30 days, but some people need up to 60 days. It's really funny. Everybody has all this money to buy stuff until they buy something from you. I'm kidding. Will's like, yeah, I know.
Well, I know.
So this is a great cover. It is unpublished. I'm not going to give the spiel. You never know. DC may one day say, hey, that was never published. Let's put it on the collection or this new story. you do not know these days because
they've done that in some of the masterwork stuff or whatever. You're right. Omnibuses, like, hey, we're just going to throw this out there.
Well, Will has on his site. Will, throw it out there. He's got an unpublished Avengers cover by George Perez.
Wow.
The John Buscema cover. It's the Beast, and it's a beautiful cover. It was unpublished, and then Marvel published it on the Alex Ross series that's coming out, Marvel. So it became, I think it was the cover to issue 2. So let's see. What did Stephen B say? Betting Breeders' Cup races while watching you guys and hoping to be exact to afford some of the art you're showcasing. Will said, I heard him when I said everybody has money to spend until they can spend it with you. Throw out what the Avengers cover is that's on, and it's on comicartpage.com. That's comicartpage.com. Will, if I've got your website wrong, please let us know, because I've gotten 3 things at least wrong tonight, and I probably have it wrong about how many things I got wrong. So that just adds to it. I think that we spent so much time talking tonight. I'm going to just, Ronald's our tried and true guy. I'm going to throw out this Action 1000. This is remarked by Ken Hazer. I love the fact that that Superman's eyes are red and the heat vision is ready to go. This is $89.99. Normally, we're going to do a 5-star for $50 tonight. Let's see. Neil is waiting on Will's page looking. I'm still waiting on. Nope, website is all good according to R4. So this is a beautiful book. I love it. Anniversary issue, 80-page giant, remarked by Ken Hazer. So many great creators on the interior. Let me show it up close one more time. We're big Ken Hazer fans, so we really spent a lot of time talking about the Eternals today. We'll have to move some of this art to next week. I apologize if anybody was bored. We did not mean to do that to you. Hopefully you found some of this fun, and we're here for any questions.
Did you want to show the Mike Vampirella page?
Oh, the cover?
Yeah.
All right, we do work at Dynamite, so we should show one Vampirella. So this is Legendary Vampirella #1. This was the Bill Willingham series. This was from Steampunk Adventure. This is Sergio Davila, who's been just growing as an artist. We were very fortunate to have worked with him early in his career, and we still get to work with him every once in a while. He did a Red Sonja series that was part of the Luke Lieberman run that he just killed it. He did this cover. Listen, producers who are doing a great job, because Nick's not doing a great job. What do we got this priced at? So this cover, I think, is like 7 years old. So I seem to remember it's under $1,000, but I can't remember 100%. If it is, that's a really good price for a Sergio Davila Vampirella cover right now. I don't. Maybe we didn't upload this, Stacy, Amy.
Wow.
I know. I'm in so much trouble. I think I'm buying dinner tonight.
You were buying dinner before, and now you're buying lobster tonight.
Yeah, right. Who delivers lobster? You know all the outlets.
I do know somebody could probably bring lobster over it.
So, Amy, how much is this? Because people are getting bored waiting.
$900.
So $900. I think this is anywhere between $1,000 and $1,200. So we're going to do it for $900 tonight. We're wrapping up.
I'll throw this out there too, real quick. If you're enjoying Vampyverse,
right?
This was Vampyverse before Vampyverse. This is
Right.
a steampunk version of Vampirella. There's also steampunk versions of some of the other Dynamite characters,
Red
like
Sonja, Green Hornet.
Really neat stuff. One of the really clever ones is the $6,000 man.
Yeah, I love that.
Just really cool stuff. So if you enjoyed Sonyaversal, and if you enjoyed enjoying Vampyverse, Legendary was almost slightly like the precursor. I mean,
Right.
it's its own standalone
Right.
brand, but it's sort of there's legendary standalone series, and then there's the preset from that universe one.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in. I know that we have to move on. We're about to go to commercial. We have a great 8:00 show. 9:00, we have Nancy McCann of Comics Unlimited from Tennessee. She puts together a fantastic show.
That is a
Please
fun
check it
show
out.
to watch.
Yep. We're going to be on Bueller. If you want to follow us, we're going to have a claim sale auction as well. It's on YouTube, Comics with Bueller. But really important, come back tomorrow. Dan Wickline will be on with some great interviews and a talk show. Sunday is Latchkey Manifesto with Fat Jacks at 6:00. And on Monday, starting at 6:00, you will have Rex and John, who will probably remember more and get things right, unlike me. So please stay tuned. Thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate you all. Mahalo, Jordan, thank you. And Ronald, have a great night. Everyone, thank you again. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate it.